The state of the city demonstrates a vibrant, dynamic economy, maintaining strong tourism and growing economic development. In this presentation, I will cover the following topics: city updates, next steps for improving public safety, council mission, vision, and goals, financial health of the city, development updates, and what to expect in 2025. I want to begin today with a thank you to the voters of Prescott. Proposition 478 passed resoundingly. You have my commitment that the result will be a safer Prescott with improved response times, modernized, updated stations and facilities with appropriate staffing levels of first responders to meet the needs of our growing city. The yes vote on this proposition includes a dedicated transaction privilege tax, frequently referred to as a sales tax, of 95/100ths of 1%, which will provide dedicated funding for capital for new fire stations, police evidence facilities, and staffing. The new rate goes into effect April 1st, 2025. Once the capital expenses are complete, the rate will reduce to 75/100ths of 1%, or 0.75, by December 31st, 2035 or sooner. Continuing the topic of public safety, in our planning we have identified immediate, short-term, and long-term needs. We project that total capital needs for buildings and equipment will be $110,565,000 over the next 10 years. We project that operational needs such as personnel will be $443,700,000 over the same 10-year period. During the campaign for Proposition 478, we promised transparency in spending. We plan to launch the OpenGov software platform early this year so citizens can see our revenue generation and expenditures as they occur. In the area of city management and operations, we had several vacancies during 2024. I'm pleased to report that all key leadership positions are now currently filled. Our new city manager, Dallin Kimball, took office in May of 2024 after a national search for the right candidate, and I'm so pleased we have him on board. He was joined by Deputy City Manager Michael Morris in November of 2024, and our new airport director, Rick Kreider, came to Prescott in April 2024. We're very proud to have him, and I want to congratulate him on the recognition he received from the National Air Transportation Association when they presented him with the Airport Executive Partnership Award. The Prescott Public Library continues to run smoothly with new library director Melissa Orr at the helm. She came to Prescott in July of 2024. In December, the council clarified their mission, vision, and goals this year. We have three main goals for 2025. Location and construction planning for 2 new fire stations with planning for a new police evidence facility. Addressing and establishing workforce housing policies, and targeted economic development efforts to attract new business and support expanding existing businesses. Many people, both City of Prescott staff and community members, have been involved in the 2025 general plan for over 2 years. The current general plan was adopted in 2015. It must be updated every 10 years in accordance with Arizona revised statutes. In December of 2024, the General Plan Committee completed over 2 years of work finalizing a draft plan. The City Council will review the draft general plan by March of 2025. Assuming council approval, the plan will go to the voters on the August 2025 ballot. I want to say thank you to the members of the committee for the hours and hours that they have put into this project. Chair Terry Sapio, Co-Chair Don Michaelman, Andre Carmen, Tom Davis, Mary Fredrickson, J.D. Greenberg, Ralph Hess, Jim Huffman, James McCarver, Rod Moyer, and Tom Riley. I'm pleased to report that the City of Prescott will develop a long-term water management plan. This was identified as a priority in the Council's strategic plan and recommended by the Water Policy Review Committee. Prescott received a $40,000 grant from the Bureau of Reclamation for the study and development of the plan. The long-term water management plan will utilize the data we have collected from the Water Resource Management Model, also called the WRM. The financial health of the city continues to be strong. Overall, as this preliminary report from November 2024, fiscal year 2025 was tracking about even with fiscal year 2024. City revenue in the fields of construction, rentals, and online retail sales were all up in 2025. Retail sales, restaurants and bars, hotels and motels, and all other businesses, the smallest category, ticked down slightly. Transient occupancy or bed tax collections are showing modest declines. This is consistent with other rural tourism destinations throughout the state, and it's something that we'll continue to keep a close eye on. Moving on to development in the city of Prescott, there's been a 62% jump in single-family permits, jumping from 222 in 2023 to 360 in 2024. Total valuation was up 38% from just over $95 million in 2023 to almost $132 million in 2024, an increase of $36.8 million. More than 950 units of single-family housing are in review or under development, and over 1,500 units of multifamily residential projects are in review or under development. Our new interactive development map is now available on the city website. This is a great tool for monitoring ongoing commercial and residential development around the city. In the area of commercial development, nearly 300,000 square feet are under development, including the Auto Mall at Deepwell Ranch, 36,000 square foot Hyundai dealership with 3 more dealerships planned. Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University's Strategic Academic Flight Education, or SAFE, complex at Prescott Airport, the Assembly at Old City Hall, a 104-room hotel, Augie's Restaurant with meeting facilities at the Aspire Sports Complex, Exceptional Healthcare, a 9-bed full-service micro-hospital, Wingate Hotel near the Aspire Sports with 107 rooms, Quick Trip Travel Center on State Route 69 near Lowe's, and we also have several developments in downtown Prescott. Longtime retailer Oggs Hogan has relocated to 220 North Cortez. The Spice and Tea Exchange of Prescott has opened at 101 East Gurley Street. The Fire and Sword Speakeasy has opened. It's in the lower level of Hotel St. Michael, 100 South Montezuma Street. The Hazeltine, former Prescott Center for the Arts, is under new ownership on North Marina Street. The Regional Transportation Hub, former Wells Fargo Bank, 200 North Cortez Street. I'd like to take a moment to recap some of Prescott's highlights and accomplishments. First and foremost, the passage of Proposition 478 will have huge benefits for the city, ensuring faster response times and a higher level of safety for our community. We have also developed a council strategic plan, setting goals to build 2 new fire stations with planning for a new police evidence facility, addressing and establishing workforce housing policies, and attracting new businesses and support expanding existing businesses through targeted economic development efforts, which helps to strengthen our city's resiliency. Finally, our hardworking General Plan Committee has completed the draft 2025 General Plan, which will be reviewed by Council in March and placed on the ballot this year. At the Prescott Regional Airport, I'm pleased to report that the city has received a $3.1 million Arizona Department of Transportation grant to reimburse the city for land purchases to enhance airport protections. We've also acquired land for future runway expansion efforts, and we have renewed the Essential Air Service contract with SkyWest operating as United Airlines, continuing service to Denver and Los Angeles. Before we look ahead at 2025, I'd like to mention some recent accolades that Prescott received from True West magazine, published in their annual Best of the West 2025 edition. Top 5 True Western Towns, ranked number 3. Best Historic Western Rodeo, Prescott Frontier Days World's Oldest Rodeo, and Best Historic Saloon, The Palace. We're proud of this recognition of our strong Western traditions and heritage. There's much to look forward to in 2025. In the area of public safety, we expect locations to be identified and planning to begin for 2 new fire stations and a police evidence facility. We continue active recruitment and retention efforts for personnel. We anticipate that the assembly at Old City Hall project will be fully approved and construction to begin soon. We'll continue to pursue airport protection land acquisition and grant opportunities, and we look forward to the initial planning phase for construction of a new air traffic control tower. We look for expanded citizen engagement and a housing needs study regarding workforce housing. As we were reminded during last month's unanticipated closure, the State Route 89 traffic improvement project is definitely needed. A citizen committee will review and rank options to address this work. Council will consider the options for SR 89 in 2025, and final planning will then begin. We expect to place a stronger emphasis on economic development and increase business attraction efforts while supporting and helping to grow existing businesses. Finally, the city will engage citizens and the Prescott Frontier Days Committee to establish a city-led master plan for the rodeo grounds. The rodeo grounds are an important city asset and it must be used wisely. We expect a judicial decision on the $15.3 million fiscal year 23 state budget allocation. In closing, here are some final comments that I would like to leave you with as we enter 2025. As a border state, Arizona may be subject to federal policies that could have a significant impact on northern Arizona municipalities. We need flexibility in planning and response to these likely conditions. With a significant development of new high-tech companies, Arizona is experiencing unprecedented economic growth. Prescott is well positioned to benefit from this increased economic activity. The I-17 widening and flex lane project is expected to be completed soon in 2025, making travel between Prescott and the Valley more reliable than ever. I'm Mayor Phil Goode, and I want to thank you for your time and attention today for the State of the City address.